I was right, wasn't I? Just a lot of fun. I think the thing I enjoy about that video the most is not just that, you take going to the train station, which is kind of dull and drudgery, and it made it really fun for those people who were involved, but that Coke released another Coke product, one that we don't even really want, right? I mean, how is it really different from Diet Coke? But in some genius branding and marketing strategies, they decided to connect people with their brand instead of just going out there and releasing a new Coke product. So gamification can take those things that might be dull and tedious. We just don't really enjoy doing them. It might just be more of the same. And gamification has proven that it can take those types of things and make it fun. The next is helping us to manage multiple generations. In the workplace today, we have 5 generations. We have the traditionalists who were alive during the time of the Depression, World War II. They may have served in the Korean War, and they really led at the office like they would have in the military. Top down, autocratic, loyal to the company, do it my way because I said so. And then we have the boomer generation. Now, there were so many boomers, no one was ready for them. I mean, when I went to first grade, I had to share a desk. I had to share a desk and textbooks with another little girl because there just wasn't enough of those things because they just weren't prepared for that influx of kids in the public schools. And so as boomers, we've known our entire life that we have to fight for what we want. We got to get there early, get there first, stay later than anybody else, because there is a shortage. And so as boomers, when we're in the workplace, we really feel that loyalty and we want some camaraderie. And then you have those Gen Xers. Now, the Gen Xers are really a different generation. Someone thought it was a good idea to send 6, 7, and 8-year-olds home from school with a little key on a shoestring around their neck and let themselves in and make themselves a snack and just make sure that all the chores were done before mom and dad got home. Of course, they were the first latchkey kids. They were the first generation to have a high divorce rate among their parents, the first, when we saw the first economic downturn. And the Gen Xers witnessed all that and thought, well, this is just all change, and I'm used to change, and I don't really need somebody telling me what to do because I'm a latchkey kid. I've been taking care of myself my whole life. Then we have the millennials. I call this the 8-year-old soccer trophy syndrome. They've gotten a prize in their food going through a drive-through. They get a prize in their meal. Whether their soccer team was 0-12, what did we have at the end of the soccer season? Pizza party and trophies for everyone. Yay, we're all winners. We were so excited and told them that they were just so great, and now they wonder why we're not applauding them when they get to the workplace because they've been reinforced that way their entire life. And then next up, Gen Zen, the next generation, will be knocking on your door in a year or two if you've got those teenage type jobs in restaurants, fast food, retail. We're all products of our generation. There's not one that's right and one that's wrong. There's not one that's good and one that's bad. And the generation theory says that those things that were happening in the world and in your life in your late teen to early 20s, those are the main events that shaped who you are. So of course we all think differently and see things differently in the workplace. And what are you as a talent development specialist, somebody in HR or learning and development, how are you going to manage all these generations? Gamification can help you to do that. What you see here was developed by some gamification colleagues. Their business is called Games for Business. And this is PricewaterhouseCoopers, and this is in Hungary. And what they were noticing at Pricewaterhouse was that the applicants that were coming to look at their site were only staying on their site for about 10 to 15 minutes. And so Games for Business created this simulation of what work is like the first year at PricewaterhouseCoopers. And if you look down here on the screen, you can see what the findings were as a result of this immersive, interactive simulation created by Games for Business. 190% growth in job candidates, increased time learning about PwC in the job process. 78% of those who completed it were interested in working with PwC, and it did win the Best HR Project for 2014. The little game's called Multipoly. Think of it as Monopoly for the financial savvy people who would be going to work for PwC. You'll see that candidates on average went from 5 to 10 minutes at PwC career page to spending up to about an hour and a half playing the Multipoly game. So when you look at crossing generations, we've got the boomers who are aging out, and there's a huge knowledge drain that's leaving with them. And we have the Gen Xers and millennials coming up, and we need to get that knowledge transferred. We need to find a way to work as teams and make sure that we have the technology that's helping that to happen coming in from the younger generations and the older generations' knowledge transfer. And gamification can help you to navigate all of those.